everybody. Are you hearing me? Raise your thumbs if you're hearing me. Okay, that's cool. So today I will try to tell you how to motivate customer contact employees in a fast and effective way. And this will be the show about motivation. So if you have any questions, because I do not have a headphones here, please ask them after the show, and we'll strongly invite you to our booth also. I will try to explain you about how is our vision of motivation from two perspectives. One is employee perspective. Current employees, sometimes unmotivated, sometimes people from generation Y, millennials whose attention span is lower than some very primitive animals. So we've got this perspective, and we've got a second management perspective. The guy who's working on an ever-changing market, he needs to introduce new products, he needs to focus on a fast-changing business cycles, and he's doomed to work with the other guy. As you've noticed, this is the same guy, but one is tattooed, second is probably also tattooed, but you can see it because he's in a suit. So, what is our point of view? The key to motivation, as key to every psychological process, is behavioral psychology. If you would like to achieve your business goal, and this is this manager point of view, if you would like to achieve the business goal, and the business goal for customer contact, for customer care employees, maybe sales, maybe first contact resolution. So I will try to do something myself, not to sell it to the backline from my front line, and or the problem solution time, which is also very crucial, or the NPS, Net Promoter Score. If you would like to reach every of this KPI, you need to change someone's behavior. You need to change how someone is behaving, or how your team is behaving. And this behavior is maybe keeping up process, changing habits. So every day, for example, looking at millennials, if I start my day of work, I will not start it from looking at the Facebook. I started from calling the customers. I will start it from answering each ticket I have to answer. These are the behavioral changes, changing habits, changing day-by-day behaviors. This is very similar to changing habits, communication rules. And this behavior change, from psychological point of view, can be achieved in two ways. This is very important. One is reward schedules. Reward schedules, you know, this is this basic, very basic mechanism we all have. So if you'd like to change someone to change the behavior, your child, for example, you need to give him, her a reward to change the behavior. It's called reinforcement, and it's very, very basic behavioral psychology. There was a guy called Skinner. He tested all these schemes I will talk about on rats, on dogs, and so on. So it probably will also apply to humans. And we'll have a social learning. Social learning is another way of changing behaviors, and it works. You probably all know this if you are using Facebook, LinkedIn, and all stuff. Social learning means that you are mimicking other people's behaviors, authorities, your parents, your teachers, your team leaders in the contact center. If someone is performing well, if someone is a leader, if someone is a trend maker, you would like to be like him. You would like to mimic him. Of course, it works in the other way as well. If someone who is a team leader is demotivated, is not motivated enough, probably your team will be losing performance. But these are the two main mechanisms we would like to support. What is our proposition to support this? I mean, this is the general proposition. I will show it on our product because it's easier for me. In a typical contact center, we challenge the employees, this guy. We challenge them with a set of reward schedules, masked as a quest or missions. Who of you is playing computer games? Oh my God, the computer games market is dying. Bad news for me. Okay, so these are the missions. What is a mission? Mission is a very simple action you need to do every day. You need to do someday. You need to do at a specific time. It may be a mission like raise a specific KPI. Try to raise the first contact rate. Or 3 minutes, sell the products in 3 minutes. Show us the product in 3 minutes. Better NPS is just better. So show us how you raise your NPS, Net Promoter Score. Missions, there are two kinds of missions in the workplace. All of us are touching, all of us are playing with. One are operational missions. It's just do something and get a reward. Sell a product and get a reward. Answer the call, get a reward. Call the customer, get a reward. And the second type of mission are knowledge transfer missions. What does it mean? If you give your employee a mission of selling the product and he's not performing well, probable cause of this may be the knowledge. New products, new knowledge. This is typical. One of our largest customers is a mobile telecom operator in Poland. We have somewhere 3,500 workers in there using our system in a point of sales, in a daily customer contact. What is one of the main problems? One of the main problems is that if there is new product introduced, they must lose all the knowledge they already had and they must focus on the new product. It's of course easier to sell all products because they have knowledge, they have confidence, they know how to tell about this product. But in case of this, the company goal is to sell new products, to introduce new products, to replace old products on the market. So here, what is very important is that we can implement a set of mission to knowledge transfer, to boost the sale of new product, and so on and so on. What's more in the mission? The mission is usually rewarded. We use two kinds of rewards. One is virtual rewards. It's pure virtual reward, points, and it gives you the status in the community. It's like the likes in the Facebook. Yeah, you get more likes on your status post in the Facebook, you are more famous, you feel better. Likes on the Facebook are also, it's also a reward schedule. It's also Skinner, it's also the same psychology. So, we have this point that give you the status, and you have the points that give you the virtual currency. I mean, this is the points that give you virtual currency. So you're earning virtual money. Virtual money replace or are add-on to a typical compensation system. They're add-on to typical, in fact, they're add-on to the typical compensation system. So you can reward materially your employee materially using this kind of solution. I will show you why in the next few slides. What is also very important is that this system must work on the instant feedback. This is the typical difference this is a difference towards our systems. Typical motivation system works is rewarding user at the end of month, at the end of quarter, at the end of the year. This system is rewarding user immediately. If I'm doing something right, I get my reward immediately. So this is like on the Facebook. This is like on Twitter. This is like on the LinkedIn. This is very extremely important for the millennials. Remember attention span? If I'm rewarded immediately, the reward is connected to the behavior. It's very important. The reward is not connected to the behavior. It's not important. It will not change the behavior. So, and then from the other guy's point of view, here we have different targets, different goals. From his point of view, these guys that are working, these tattoo guys, I mean, these millennial guys, are working to achieve his goals. But from his point of view, he can track how the goals achievement is working. He can avoid the hockey stick effect, so he can control the results day by day, what they are doing, how they are achieving. They can motivate them on the fly. They can change the campaign in the flight. If someone is not performing, he can put more knowledge. If someone is not performing, he can put another mission. He can change everything. So the main value here is agility. And this agility leads to a very good result. So for example, we have an average 10% of increase in sales revenues for the outbound teams, for the sales teams. At average, for the new products, sometimes 30%. We got the products for insurance company that we sold at nearly half more products than usual using this kind of mechanism. For the teams that were very hard to motivate because they're very young people with a huge retention, they were changing the jobs very often, and here they just fit into this game. Because on the other way, it's kind of okay. So the most important value is agile strategy execution. Think about it of faster time to market with your products, faster time to market with your procedures, and so on and so on. And here comes also the social learning. We have the framework. As you may see, we have the framework when you get a lot of points, when you got social recognition, when you got social comparison, because you are advancing, you are doing things every day, just like the likes, statuses, updates, and shares on the Facebook. So you're living in some social network. And what is very important is to show the social network power to the others. So if I'm scoring something, if I'm getting to the next league, if I'm advancing in the ranks, this is presented on my social network. It's not a Facebook for posting the pictures of the cats and kids. Yeah, it's a Facebook post that I was relegated to the Platinum League, so I'm probably the top performer of the month. And what other guys can do? They can comment, they can like, and discuss, of course like on Facebook. But what is the value for them? They see what the top performers were doing to be the top performers. So this is information about which behavior leads to winning strategy. So this is a sharing of the winning strategy, probably much more productive than a typical knowledge transfer like chat between leaders and the others. And what we are also using in typical call center environment, there are usually plenty of competition. There's plenty of new contests, competition for sales, for best KPIs, and so on and so on. We are trying to avoid this point competition. We try to think about the system as of a season of leagues, as of a year of interaction with the system. When you are collecting small points, you are advancing toward the greater reward, you are advancing to the next league, in the next league you are competing with more powerful team. And of course, you can also do it not alone but in team. We can group the people in teams and the team can compete with other teams. The team can work to achieve the common goal. This is very important. Sometimes we do not remember that the competition must be compensated with cooperation. That it's easier for teams to compete than for individuals. Not everyone likes competition. Like from our experience, we know that 25% to 30% people do not accept competition in the work. It's very hard to understand, very hard to believe, but that's it. They do not come to work to compete. They come to work to deliver value to the company, to work with others, not to be at a cost of war. So here again, instant feedback is a key. So we are again tackling this sensitive issue of millennials versus managers. Yeah, you know, if you look at the typical millennial, he's living in some kind of circle of no life. Yeah. So this is a guy that's tweeting, writing something on the Facebook, listening, and so on. It's called the circle of no life. But it's zombie-like living. But it's in fact it's not this bad, because this new generation is extremely sensitive to fast messages that are coming from electronic channels. And today's business also operates in business cycles that are faster, and faster, and they also are operating on a fast delivered electronic information. So if you are, for example, an electronic shop, if you are accepting new offers, your pay to or order to pay cycle is determining your business. If it's too long, you will go belly up. So these guys are very good fit for your business, but you need first to change your motivation system to adapt to their psychology, to adapt to what they were made of, using Facebook, using Twitter, using Snapchat, and so on. Each new medium is faster in sending messages. Probably there is some barrier in the psychology, but we haven't reached it. So here we are tackling another point, another problem. And it's not a problem. In fact, it's a new market for us at least. It's called the behavioral economy. Behavioral economy means usually that the behaviors are a product, are a kind of commodity you are selling, you are buying, you are changing human behaviors to get something. If you are working in a marketing, internet marketing part of the market, you already know this. You already know that you need to pay for new likes on the Facebook, new shares on the Facebook, you need to pay for campaigns, you need to pay for Google for AdWords and so on and so on. And the same applies to your company. So in the system, I've told you, the manager is paying this guy, the employee, using the points, using this virtual currency, and so on and so on. So he is the buying part of the process. Here we have the selling part of the process. This guy is selling his time in a very structured way to deliver specific behaviors. So each behavior can have some price, can have some target, can have it's like on the market, on the stock market, like on the open market. We also provide for the okay. We also provide what is very important is that this value that this guy is getting will do not have any value if he will not be able to buy something for this money. Money as our valuable is basic of the economy, as much valuable as you can buy for it, as you can buy for the money. So this is the basic of the economy. So here we have the behavioral economy, paying for behaviors, getting this paid to buy something, and this is probably the new way of compensating compensating the employees, or add an extra compensation, because the basic compensation, the wages, the payment for the job is still remains the same. So how this behavioral economy works in our tool? We are currently adding to our tool something that will make it very similar to Google AdWords. So this guy is paying for has some kind of wallet, and he is using this wallet to pay for specific campaigns. These campaigns may be war campaigns, may be related to KPI, or they may be related to reducing stress level in the work. So the missions may be like talk with friends, exchange opinions, exchange your problems, and so on and so on. The platform is not limited to the mathematical KPIs. The platform may be limited to any behavior. And you can split this money, you can split your motivational budget among different campaigns and track which campaigns brought you the best, and this is the keyword, the best ROI, the best return on investment. So if I spend money on rising a specific, should I spend my 1,100 motivational budget on a rising FCR, or maybe first I should spend it on communication in the team because the guys are not exchanging any messages? Yeah. So this tool should give you the answer. And the guy here, why this money are, what is the value of these points coming from? This is very important because in typical gamification, if you listen about typical gamification, the points in gamification do not have any value. Yeah, of course there are status, there is plenty of fun related to it, and so on. But gamification system without value, this is without value of the basic currency. These are gamification systems that do not have value. This is gamification systems with no future. Here, we are using the shop to provide material rewards for this virtual currency. And don't be deceived by the word material. The best reward we've ever sold was a parking slot of a CEO in front of the bank. The guy went to holidays and we had the best selling product ever. So 500 employees were fighting to get this slot. And it was of course because of the status value of the slot. Yeah? As a lower rank employee, I can park my old car in front of the bank and walk like a boss into the institution. But of course, the main rewards we sell through this shop are coupons, are tickets to the cinema. Once we sold a used car, and so on and so on. So this is like normal economy. And incentive markets, and because this is like a normal economy, I would like to show you the full picture of what I'm talking about. We started, as you remember, for the business goal. To deliver a business goal, you need a behavior change. To achieve the behavior change, you use two psychological mechanisms, reward schemes and social learning. But all of them are paid using the motivational budget. And if you are able to calculate the business goal value, how much it is worth for you to have a better customer satisfaction or to save 10% more products. if you can calculate this, and if you have, and probably you have, the knowledge of how much you spend on the campaign from my platform, you can calculate the return on investment of motivation. And this is very, very much important. There are two pillars of changing today's customer behavior. One is behavioral psychology, and it's the first pillar. The second one is behavioral economy. How much each behavior is worth for you. What is the value of a specific behavior? Because if you are promoting more valuable behavior, the variable is the key here, because you are the judge. You are judging which behavior is most valuable for you. You can raise the value of your company, of the whole team. And this is like on the Facebook. Each action on the Facebook, each action in the social media has a price. You want more likes, you can buy the likes. You want more shares, you can buy the campaign for shares. You want more visitors on your e-commerce site, you buy these visitors. This is very, very similar, and this is, I think, the future for the motivational systems that are based on what happens in the internet world, what happens outside of typical of the walls of the HR department. So, that is all. If you have more questions, if you would like to get more information about what we've done in the past, what our data expertise come from, and so on and so on, please visit our booth with CCE2016, or you can email me directly or to contact after the show, or you can, I think you can ask the question now. I do not see the lady who is terminating the time. Okay. I'm not operating the second microphone. Who wants to ask this question?